Breaking news out of Cleveland, folks. A two-word message just ignited a wildfire inside the Browns locker room, shattered social media, and dragged Deshaun Watson's name right back into the center of the chaos. On the surface, it looked harmless, just another quick post. But in this environment, inside a locker room already simmering, a message like that is pure jet fuel. Two words. Massive shockwave. The dog pound erupted. Local media lost their minds. And inside Berea, the mood flipped instantly. This story is about pride, pressure, and redemption, and what looked like a random Instagram post might actually alter the entire trajectory of the season. Before I show you exactly what Watson wrote, pause, because what's coming is the perfect snapshot of the controlled storm known as the Cleveland Browns. And if you bleed brown and orange, hit that subscribe button around here. We live and die with every single snap. Here's the backdrop. Cleveland has been dragging itself through one of the roughest stretches in recent memory. The season kicked off with real optimism. Fans genuinely believed the Browns were finally ready to make noise in the AFC. What followed instead? A roller coaster of injuries, brutal luck, straight up misery. Dillon Gabriel has run the offense for the past 5 games, and it's been rough. 1 win, 4 losses. 869 passing yards. 7 touchdowns. 2 picks. This offense isn't functioning, it's surviving. The defense, fueled by Myles Garrett, is still holding the line. But even they look like they're carrying the weight of the world. Head coach Kevin Stefanski, 2-time coach of the year, now looks trapped between letting the rookie ride it out or handing the keys back to the man Cleveland once labeled its savior, Deshaun Watson. And that's where the drama detonates. After more than a year away, rehabbing a torn Achilles, Watson finally broke his silence. The man had been a ghost on social media since last October, just grinding through rehab. But Sunday night at 8:45 p.m., out of nowhere, the post drops. Be ready. That's it. Tag some more glory, photos of rehab sessions, therapy rooms, solo drills, sweat, pain, and pure grind. Then on his story, he doubles down. Had to walk a lot of miles to get here. For casual fans, it looked motivational. For insiders, it sounded like a statement, maybe even a warning. Cleveland exploded. Half the fan base took it as a sign. He's coming back. The season isn't dead. The other half rolled their eyes. Ready for what? One fan posted on X, more drama. ESPN Cleveland picked it up. Insiders jumped in. Within hours, Watson was trending again. Inside the team facility, though. That post apparently rubbed some people the wrong way. When Stefanski was asked if Watson could practice this week, he dropped a strange line. "I'm not sure that's what we're doing." Short, cold, loaded with subtext. And that's when the fire really caught. Stefanski, usually steady and guarded when discussing Watson, suddenly sounded unsure. Then Mary Kay Cabot, the Queen of Browns reporting, dropped her update. She said Watson's recovery looks strong. But the Browns still aren't opening his 21-day practice window. Translation, he's close. But not that close. Sources say Week 12 versus the Raiders might be the real return target, which makes that "be ready" line feel less like motivation and more like a warning shot. Or maybe a challenge directed at his own organization. The fan base immediately split in two. Some still believe in him. They see a redemption arc loading. Others are done. Be ready for another disappointment. One longtime fan wrote, and while he's posting quotes, Gabriel's out there getting cracked every single snap. Another fan raged. And just like that, the dog pound transformed into a digital battlefield. National media piled in, too. Albert Breer from MMQB summed up the situation perfectly. The organization's investment in Watson isn't even in the same universe as Gabriel or Shedder Sanders. One guy's on a rookie contract. The other is a $230 million moonshot. And that is the heart of the chaos. Owner Jimmy Haslam didn't sugarcoat anything. He flat out labeled the Watson trade a failure, a brutal verdict from the very top. Then he added fuel to the fire by saying he wants to see Gabriel and Shedder get real reps this season. especially with 2 first-round picks arriving in 2026. Translation: while Watson's posting about more glory, ownership might already be planning life after him. Wild, isn't it? The man once brought in as the franchise savior is now fighting just to stay relevant in the same building that once gambled everything on him, on the field. Watson's return is a tectonic shift. Once he's cleared, the Browns have 21 days to activate him to the 53-man roster, or his season is over. But every decision from this point on feels political, not just tactical. If Stefanski brings him back and he bombs, the blame falls on the coach if Stefanski doesn't bring him back. People start whispering sabotage. Meanwhile, Watson keeps signaling that he's ready. Whether the building is aligned or not, scheme-wise, Watson could completely rescue this stagnant offense. Cleveland is averaging 17.3 points per game, scraping the bottom of the AFC with a fully healthy Watson. You get a quarterback who can avoid pressure, punish blitzes, and launch the deep ball, something Gabriel simply hasn't done back in 2022 before the Achilles disaster. Watson was completing 63% of his passes and finally looked comfortable in Stefanski's system. Offensive coordinator Alex Van Pelt always believed that with rhythm and reps, Watson could be the difference maker, but after 2 Achilles surgeries, nobody truly knows which version of Deshaun we're getting back. And while all that hangs over the franchise, the Browns are in survival mode. Next up, the Steelers, a classic AFC North street fight. Pittsburgh's leading the division, and another loss might bury Cleveland's playoff hopes for good. The tension is real. Every whisper inside the locker room feels like breaking news. So yeah, that be ready line. It hit like a sledgehammer. A reminder that the story isn't finished, but also that there's a mountain of unfinished business. So Cleveland, ready for what? Redemption? Another heartbreak. One final shot at rewriting this insane season. Watson sounds like a man convinced he's about to silence everyone. But nothing comes easy here. Every throw feels heavy. Every win drags out another ghost from the past. If you still believe Deshaun can flip this story, drop a believe. If you're done, hit us with an enough. Let's see where the dog pound really stands. Because at the end of the day, this fan base is the heartbeat of this franchise. And look, whatever you think of Deshaun Watson, the man's walked through hell. 2 devastating injuries, 2 surgeries, media hurricanes, personal chaos, and he's still clawing his way back. Had to walk a lot of miles to get here. That line says everything. Pain, rebuild, ego, grit. The season might be on life support. The future is foggy. But one thing never changes: the soul of Cleveland. The dog pound never quits. This city is built on scars, sweat, and stubborn faith. Maybe be ready isn't a warning. Maybe it's a plea to believe one more time, because this comeback might be more than a healed Achilles. It might be the beginning of a new chapter, or the final page of a gamble gone wrong. So here's the question. Cleveland, do you still believe Deshaun Watson can be the guy? Or is it time to look ahead to 2026? Drop your thoughts below. You might hear your take on the next show. This is the Dog Pound, loyal through pain, loud in glory, and if you live and breathe this team, subscribe. What's coming next might just change everything in Cleveland. A bomb just detonated inside the Browns locker room, and now the entire city is buzzing. According to insiders close to the team, something massive is happening behind the scenes. A move that could alter the trajectory of the franchise and possibly reshape the future of one of its most important leaders. Reporters are scrambling. NFL analysts are spiraling. In Cleveland, this city is split straight down the middle. Some fans are livid. Others are terrified. Everyone is trying to figure out what in the world is happening. Something huge is brewing within the Browns coaching staff, and this could signal the end of an era that once felt rock solid. But before I break the whole thing wide open, lock in. If you bleed brown and orange, if every loss ruins your Sunday, and every win makes you believe in miracles, hit that subscribe button, because here we feel every snap in our chest. This is the Dog Pound, raw, loud, and unapologetically loyal. Now, buckle up. Because what I'm about to reveal is rattling. Berea and could redefine this franchise for years. The atmosphere in Cleveland right now, tense doesn't even begin to cover it. The Browns sit at 2-7 after that humiliating loss to the New York Jets. And the cloud surrounding this team feels heavier than ever. The offense has lost all rhythm. The run game doesn't scare anyone. And that defense, the one that looked ironclad earlier in the year, is beginning to crumble. Fans are out of patience. The chants for change are echoing from the stands, all the way to Jimmy Haslam's suite. This was supposed to be the moment the team showed fight, grit, some kind of heartbeat. Instead, we've got an absolute shocker. Here it is, Kevin Stefanski. Once viewed as the cornerstone of Cleveland's rebuild, is now squarely on the hot seat. And while he's catching fire here in Cleveland, he's suddenly being linked to another historic franchise, the New York Giants. That's right, according to ESPN analyst and former QB Dan Orlovsky. If the Giants are hunting for their next head coach, their top target should be Kevin Stefanski. That comment dropped like a grenade inside the Browns facility, while half the fan base is begging for Stefanski to be fired. Another NFL organization is treating him like a premium head coaching talent, ready to lead a new era. Orlovsky didn't mince words. If I could handpick one coach for the Giants, it would be Kevin Stefanski. He's an exceptional coach, a two-time coach of the year. The take went viral instantly. Suddenly, the man so many Cleveland fans blame for mediocrity is being praised as a misunderstood mastermind on national television. Cleveland wasn't having it. The dog, Pound, erupted online. "Let him go already," one side shouted. "You'll regret it the second he leaves," the other side warned. Meanwhile, the Browns front office stayed completely silent. The truth is, Stefanski has always been a polarizing figure in this city. Ever since 2020, when he snapped the playoff curse and won Coach of the Year, fans have viewed him as calm, collected, methodical. Maybe too calm. But as the losses piled up, that calm turned into frustration. The offense stagnated. The quarterback carousel spun out of control. And the colossal Deshaun Watson gamble left the franchise stranded in no man's single quotes S- land. Yet somehow, Stefanski survived every storm, but now in a wild twist while Cleveland debates firing him. Other teams are quietly lining up to hire him. Inside the locker room, the tension is real. Sources say veterans like Myles Garrett still back Stefanski. Garrett even said Stefanski is the kind of leader who keeps the locker room together when everything's falling apart. But not everyone agrees. Several younger players, speaking off the record, say the energy is dead. Confidence in the offense has evaporated. The belief is gone. National analysts are already calling it. Stefanski is on borrowed time. But in Cleveland, the question cuts deeper, because firing him means another rebuild. And this city is exhausted from rebuilding. How many coaches have we burned through? How many times have we said, "This is the year"? From a business perspective, this decision gets even messier. Stefanski may still be under contract, still publicly backed by GM Andrew Berea. And even owner Jimmy Haslam has tried to shield him. Kevin's done a great job for us. We've been through tough times, but he's kept the group together. Nice words. But when you're 2-7, those quotes feel paper thin. And here's the bombshell. The New York Giants, sitting at 2-8, just fired Brian Daboll and are reportedly targeting Stefanski as the man to rebuild their culture from the ground up. And honestly, you can see why Stefanski brings that no-nonsense structure first. It's disciplinable mentality New York has been starving for. Orlovsky even compared him to Bill Parcells and Tom Coughlin, the tough, old-school icons who defined Giants football for 2 decades. But here's the real question. What does that mean for Cleveland? One word: pressure, because if Stefanski walks and thrives somewhere else, the Browns lose not just a coach, they lose the last shred of stability they've been holding on to. If he stays and fails, the rebuild clock resets all over again on the field. The issues are painfully obvious. The offense, the biggest source of anger, is completely lost without a real quarterback. Deshaun Watson has never come close to delivering what was promised. Meanwhile, the rotating door of backups has made the offensive playbook predictable, stale, and easy to shut down. Cleveland is averaging just 15 points per game, near the bottom of the NFL. And they're leading the league in offensive penalties over the last month. Stefanski's conservative approach meant to avoid mistakes has instead suffocated the team. The run game? Once the heartbeat of the Browns flatlined the moment Nick Chubb went down. Jerome Ford and Pierre Strong Jr. are giving everything they've got. But defenses read every play like it's written in bold letters. Now the challenge ahead it's enormous. Keep the locker room believing. And prove the plan isn't dead. Stefanski and Berea both know what's at stake. This next game against the Baltimore Ravens isn't just another Sunday. It's a fight for survival. A win could ignite a spark. A loss, especially at home, could end everything. The atmosphere will be electric. The dog pound will pack the stadium, half ready to roar, half ready to boo. Everyone wants answers. And Stefanski, the same coach who snapped an 18-year playoff drought, is suddenly fighting just to keep his job. This isn't just a divisional matchup. It's a battle for respect, for identity, for the future of the franchise. Lose. It's 3 straight years without the postseason. No more excuses. No more wait until next year, but win. Maybe, just maybe, Stefanski buys himself one last shot. So now, Dog Pound, it's your turn. Do you still believe in Kevin Stefanski, or is it time to move on? Drop believe if you're still riding with him. Drop ENOUGH if you're done. Let's see where the real Browns fans stand, because at the end of the day, this goes deeper than football. This is about what Cleveland represents: grit, loyalty, refusing to fold even when the world counts you out. Stefanski may be hanging by a thread, but the fire inside this fan base? That flame never dies. Whoever stands on that sideline next. Whether Stefanski survives or not, one thing is certain: the spirit of the dog pound will never be fired. This is Cleveland. This is pain, loyalty, toughness, and heart. And if you live it the way we do, hit that subscribe button and ride with us to the end. The season may crumble, but the heartbeat of this city never stops. Thank you guys. See you next video.